J. Gatsby Fan Club by Millie Sheep. A Batman all media types fanfic, rated for teen and up audiences. With additional tags for social media, self-confidence issues, fluff and crack, mild language, attempt at humor, mentioned Roy Harper, mentioned Kyle Rayner, no plot / plotless, Bat Family, everyone loves Jason Todd, Jason is a dork, YouTube. Summary. Jason is running a pretty popular book review YouTube channel, and, well, he's posting things online, and he really shouldn't expect all of this to remain a secret. The other bats find Jason's YouTube channel, and each try to support Jason's work in their own way. Chapter 1. At Oracle. J. Gatsby Fan Club. Under Information. Welcome. Server Rules. J posted. Under The Fan Club. General. Media of J. Media not of J. Book Talk. Lore of J discussion. Gothamites only. MISC. Under Voice Channels. No mic. General. Lee and Sarah get a room. General chat. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. What the fuck? Why is there a new mod? Sarah Sifwolf. What? Who the hell is Oracle? They don't even have a welcome message. Cute Coward. That is weird as hell. Are they a bot? Should we report them? Cosmo Vibe. I just did. Don't interact until I hear back, I guess. Is there anything you can do, Lee? Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. I'm trying, but I can't remove their permissions or anything. Are we seriously getting hacked? Oracle. Don't worry about it. I'm just a fan like you all. I just made myself a mod because the server is getting pretty big, and you do not have enough mods. Rat Boy. Is this for real? This can't be like the Oracle of Gotham, right? Sarah Sifwolf. The Oracle or Gotham? Like, Oracle of Delphi, but Gotham? Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. For real? If y'all are gonna be weird Gothamites, move to the channel. Genuinely fuck that place. Oracle. Smile. Rat Boy. Okay, but why? Don't you do stuff with, like, the birds and bats? Oracle. I like Jay's content. Also, I'm a friend of a friend. Media for Jay channel. Oracle. A photo is posted in the chat. It's at an outdoor cafe. Across a wrought iron garden table sits Jay. He's in a baseball cap and sunglasses. He seems to not notice that the photo is being taken, as he's looking down at a book he's reading. On the table is a coffee cup and a dish with a slice of cake. Jay's lips are pressed tight together as he reads, seemingly confused. Sarah Sifwolf. Is that the Julia Connors book? General chat. Oracle. I recommended he try and expand out of historical romance. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. You know, as much as a simp as I am, this seems like a major breach of privacy. If you are his friend, that's really not cool, man. Oracle. Well, gotta admit, having been online as long as I have, that is not the reaction I was expecting. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. I'm thirsty, not an asshole. Oracle. Glad to hear it. And that will be the only pic of Jay you'll be getting from me. Just as a little thank you for your guys' support. He does know about the fan club, and doesn't know I know. And I want to allow him the space to tell me. I also want to make sure you all are staying in line. Jay's a good guy, and while you have helped boost his confidence, I am simply here to make sure you all stay in bounds. Lee, aka Like It Lusted, aka The OG, Yes Ma'am, 07. Sarah Sifwolf, Yes Ma'am, 07. Rat Boy, Yes Ma'am, 07. Cosmo Vibe, Yes Ma'am, 07. Cute Coward, Yes Ma'am, 07. Oracle, Smile, Good. Lore of J Discussion Channel. Lee, aka Like It Lusted, aka The OG. So apparently Jay is friends with a vigilante hacker. Knowingly? Unknowingly? That's like cool and terrifying. Just what the fuck is wrong with Gotham? Because this has to be a Gotham thing. Is everyone friends with some kind of vigilante? Or villain? Rat Boy. Dude, I wish. I do know a guy who goes to my university who thinks Bruce Wayne is Batman, though. Like, bro is convinced. Lee, aka Like It Lusted, aka The OG. Be so fucking for real. Oracle spent a lot of time online, which meant Barbara Gordon tried to keep off of it. She had a few personal accounts, but nothing where she regularly posted or even checked. And, well, being a police chief's daughter and being in Gotham didn't really welcome good attention. So, yeah, while Oracle was an omnipresent ghost haunting the online sphere, Barbara Gordon didn't do much except keep up the library's social media, and on occasion, she would scroll through the app for work purposes. It was a good balance. But it wasn't as Oracle that she discovered at J. Gatsby for real. No, it was on the library's account that she found Jason Peter Todd and his massive following. That massive following absolutely loved him. Yeah, Jay's content was about romance and classic English literature, but only a small portion of the comments were talking about the books. The majority was talking about how hot Jason was. And yeah, Barbara was aware Bruce Wayne had an eye for being able to pick out kids with good genes, but holy cow, these people loved Jason. Barbara probably hadn't seen this much attention since she'd gone through the old papers about Bruce's return to Gotham. Dick, of course, had gotten a pretty consistent stream of attention through his youth and early adulthood, even appearing in some celebrity teen magazines. But all of that had a bit of filtering to it. None of these people had any such filter, and were not ashamed of their lust. It was sort of amazing, but Barbara really didn't need to know about how biteable Jason's thighs and pecs looked. Maybe it was because it was the internet, so there was simply more exposure. So, more shameless people? It could be the anonymity. Then again, these people weren't really hiding. Well, not hiding from Barbara. Then again, maybe it was just Jason. Yeah, Jason was attractive, but his hobby was reading and books, and Jason was a passionate person. In every single video Barbara watched, she could see Jason's passion leaking through. She couldn't help but think of the little kid wrapped in a yellow cape, so vehemently happy about helping people, and always pushing himself to do more, to be better, to guarantee someone's safety. Barbara was at home watching Jason's YouTube channel, sitting at the dining table with a cup of tea. She softly sighed as she closed her laptop. It was easy to see why he hadn't mentioned any of this to anyone. Jason's passion had been used against him more than once, and he seemed convinced that he wasn't the same person he was as a kid. But Barbara had to disagree. Yeah, he had grown up, but the core of who Jason Todd was still there. She could see it in his eyes. She'd given him the room he wanted, but that didn't mean she was going to leave it alone. No, Barbara Gordon might not have any social media, but Oracle did, and Oracle would make sure her pseudo-little brother had his safe, happy corner of the web. In a vertical video, Jay is walking up some stairs. He seems to be carrying something heavy as he climbs. The sound of heavy grocery bags crinkling and knocking together sound as Jay begins to talk. So, I got notified. Someone here stitched? That's the word, right? My Pride and Prejudice review. They kind of went off about how they didn't agree with my interpretation, and didn't really think I should be talking about feminist literature. Jay gives a little shrug, and there's the sound of keys and the click of a door unlocking. The video brightens as he enters a new room, and to a point, I understand where they are coming from. I can't talk about what it's like to be a woman, because, well, I'm not one, but I can and should interact with feminist literature, because it teaches me not just the limitations that are unfairly placed on women, but also on men. Yes, I'm a guy, and I'm white passing, so I've got a certain level of privilege. But it's because of the privilege that I should take more time to interact with literature, focusing on underrepresented people. And I personally just have a preference for romance books, so that's sort of opens me up for more feminist literature, because how romance has been arbitrarily assigned for women, and I will say women writers have done a great job at taking that and using it as a fuck you to misogyny. Jay is moving through his apartment. The angle of the camera shifts as he enters his kitchen and sets the bag down on the counter. He huffs slightly, blowing a bit of his bangs out of his face. Anyway, as for them saying my reading is wrong, I mean, that's not a hard call, because there is only the work and how I interpreted it. There is no absolute truth besides the actions of the characters in the book. So, while I don't agree with their reading of the book, it doesn't make it invalid, but neither does it make mine. If I see Elizabeth as smart, but also prideful to the point where she hurts herself, it's valid. I don't really appreciate the way that they went about starting this discussion, but Jay shrugs as he puts his phone down and looks at the camera. The shopping bags can be seen on the counter. But I just wanted to put this out there, because I'm not going to respond further. There isn't much of a point to it, because the topic was pointed in a very accusatory way, so I don't think anything I could say would change my mind. And I'm not planning on getting into any real arguments here. So that's it. Done and over. He gives a little salute to the camera, and the video ends. Jay Gatsby for real. I'm just here to talk about books, man. And this might be weird coming from me, but don't harass people. Anyway, there's some female and genderqueer people who talk about books that I like. 5,321 likes. 304 comments. Lynn's Flare. Unbothered King, less than 3. Action Skunk. Feminist. Cuddly Bee. When I say girls and gays, it's girls, gays, and Jay Gatsby. Jay Gatsby for real. Appreciate it. Old bot. Okay, but that sentence is a trip outside of context. Princess. Okay, but I'm 90% sure that person was rage baiting. But the fact that he put in Rex for other people, king behavior. Lee. Like it lustic guy. At Oracle. Someone's talking shit about your boy. Sifwolf. Lee, the fuck? Lee, like it lustic guy. Look, if someone is gonna hijack our fan club, we might as well use it for the betterment of the world. Oracle. Done. Sifwolf. Oh my god. Lee, like it lustic guy. Thank you, less than 3. Jay Gatsby for real. What the hell? Hello. Barbara. Oh, hi, Jason. It's been a while since you called me. How are you? Barbie. Barbara couldn't help but smile. She hadn't really meant for her secret to come out like this, but it had been too funny. And now she was hearing a tone she hadn't heard in a long time. The whining that pitched up as he dragged out her name. A tone she hadn't heard since a little birdie asked her not to tell Bruce about a solo patrol. It made her heart feel light as she responded in the light but flat way she had all those years ago. Jay? Jason let out a deep breath. How much have you seen? Are you talking about your amazing video essays? Or maybe your goofy TikToks where you visit thrift stores and small bookshops? Or the Instagram where you show off your cooking and new books? She could practically hear Jason's blood rushing to his face over the phone line. She really wished she could see it, the way Jason's face would turn red from ear to ear. Or are you talking about the fandom? I have to say, the Look at Me by Twice edit actually had a really nice production quality. Jason let out a deep sigh. Again, Barbara could only think of the kid. That kid Jason still was, despite all of his protests. He had, hello? He was a little taller, a lot more traumatized, but he was still Jason Todd. Don't worry. Barbara sighed, but it was more content, as she played with the ends of her hair. I won't be telling anyone. I'm not going to cover your tracks either. You are putting yourself out there, Jace, and that's a good thing. And your confidence has seemed to be up recently. I really don't want to talk about this, Barbara. We won't then. But, Jace, I'm happy you have this. Really, I am happy for you. Thanks. And you do owe me. Barbara grinned. It is taking quite a lot to not let Dick see how great you're doing. And, you know, the last person I need seeing those edits is Dick. No, wait, Tim. Tim would never let me live it down. Live what down? Barbara cocked an eyebrow. That people think you're attractive? What is there to live down about it? There was a strangely Bruce-sounding grunt, and Barbara could only laugh. General chat. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. I think we need to add a new rule about summoning. On to Dunker. What do you mean? Sarah Sifwolf. Summoning Oracle. Like, you can tag it pretty much anywhere an Oracle will appear. Only if it's J-related, though. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. Sarah, how do you know it only works for J? Sarah Sifwolf. I tested it. Oracle. As much as I think cable management is important, I've actually got a job, things to do, and I'm not at your beck and call. I'm just here to help moderate Jay's fanbase. Sarah Sifwolf. I'm sorry. Crying. Oracle. All good. Smile. Just don't do it again. Megapie. What the actual fuck is this server now? Server rules channel. At Oracle, only in emergencies, or if someone is bullying Jay. It will be swiftly dealt with. General chat. Cute coward. I was just looking for a fun little fan club to talk about Jay and books. When the hell did this place get so terrifying? Rat Boy. It's because he's a Gothamite. Can't have anything nice from Gotham. Oracle. I mean, I think Batgirl's pretty cool. Rat Boy. Which one? Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. There's more than one? Rat Boy. Yeah, like 4, 3? My favorite is the purple one. Also, there's like a billion Robins. I swear, he's actually some kind of eldritch monster that changes shape. Oracle. Good taste. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka the OG. Is that another theory from that dude at your university? Rat Boy. Nah, I mean, most people think Robin's been a bunch of different kids, but honestly, I remember it being a boy, then like 2 months or something, it was a blonde girl rocking the star butterfly look, and then it was a boy again. So either they're either they're an eldritch shapeshifter, or the bats have drama. I will not give any credit to Down's Bruce Wayne theory. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka the OG. So if Robin is an eldritch horror from the depth beyond human understanding, the fuck is Batman? Rat Boy. Some kind of demon. Born from the unavenged. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka the OG. You'd rather some Cthulhu shit than just a normal-ass rich dude? Rat Boy. Absolutely. Hedgehogger. As a fellow Gothamite, I second that. If Batman is just some dude, a massive himbo dude, I will lose all of my faith. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka the OG. I need Gotham to stop. Punny Hyena. Feeling blessed to be living in Metropolis. Rat Boy. Yo, shut your ass up. Hedgehogger. Yeah, because having Lex Luthor around is so much better. Our billionaire may be stupid, but at least he's not evil. And he's hot. Rat Boy. Posted a picture. A candid photo of Bruce Wayne dancing in his underwear at the Iceberg Lounge. This man can get it. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka the OG. Hot damn. What is in that polluted water and air to be making all of these men hot? Rat Boy. I'm claiming Dick Grayson too. He may live in Blood now, but he's a Gothamite. And he's also smoking hot. Honestly, all of the Wayne family are hot. Like, Cassie doesn't get seen a lot, but holy shit. And they are, like, really hot. Not fake Kardashian hot. Though, I think Jay is the best looking. Probably because he's, like, way more put together than any of the Waynes. Like, most of them have the vibe that they will flake on you. Hedgehogger. Didn't one of them recently come back from the dead, too? Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka the OG. What the fuck? Today, 2:52. Barbie, I'm gonna need you to stop. Bara. Today, 2:52. Aw, come on, this one's pretty nice. They got hit with the beats of that Manskin song. Jay Birdie, today, 2:53. I take back all I said about Dick and Tim. You are the worst. I don't want to see the thirst edits of myself with captions like, I will defy biology. Barbara. Today, 2:54. What, and ignore all your fans' hard work? Jay Birdie. Today, 2:54. Barbara, please. Barbara. Today, 3 o'clock. You know, Bruce is getting up there in age, and thought you were building a more gentle giant persona. He will need someone to take over as Gotham's most eligible bachelor. Jay Birdie, today, 3:01. You're actually evil. You know that, right? You're saying all this just to get under my skin and embarrass me. Barbara. Today, 3:01. Duh. Jay Birdie. Today, 3:01. Actually evil. Raw Barber Barbara. Today, 3:02. Yeah. If I were really evil, I'd tell your fan club how easy it is to embarrass you. J Birdie. Today, 3:02. Stop it. Gatsby reviews. Fake shot. Jay is on his stool with a book in his lap. His expression is a little tight, but there is clearly pink on his cheeks, barely hidden by his mask. Hey, so first thing, I've been hearing a legendary hacker called Oracle has been hanging around on some fan sites. Holy cow, that's a weird thing to say. But anyway, just ignore them. I don't know how or why they're hanging out. I mean, unless Batman or someone thinks I'm a crime lord or something. He seems to chuckle at himself, but quickly moves on. Anyway, a friend recommended this ice hockey romance book to me. I didn't know ice hockey and romance were a big thing, because apparently it is the second book in a series, and there's a third book. This isn't even the only hockey romance series. There are like so many of these. I didn't even know this many people cared about hockey, enough for hockey romance to be its own subgenre. Is it because puck and fuck are close? Because some of these are, well, erotic? And hey, Babs, what the fuck? I trusted you. Why did you send me down this rabbit hole? 2,349 comments. At Oracle. Don't mind me. Smile. At PIXIGH. This is not where I expected this channel to go, LMAO. But now I really want Jay to try some fanfiction. At Tall Ferret. Are we really just overlooking the fact that Jay's fans have a hacker around? At Like It Lust It. Honestly, it's not all bad. Oracle is cool. At Sif Wolf of Legend. You want a link to the Discord? At Tall Ferret. I feel like I'm being introduced to a cult. At Like It Lust It. It's nothing like that. At Too Cute Coward. Honestly, of late, it's like 20% Lee saying what the fuck to anything Gotham related. 70% is still loving Jay. At Tall Ferret. Okay, as a Bloodhaven resident, I get that. At Artist KRGL. You know, I forget that Jay's like 20. He's so out of times for being so young. He acts like such an old prude sometimes, lol. At Like It Lust It. What? He's how old? Source? Lore of Jay discussion channel. Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. At Oracle, the Almighty, blessed among men to actually know Jay. Please confirm, is Jay really only 20? Ratboy. Huh? He's younger than me. He isn't even old enough to go to a bar. Cute Coward. What? He's a baby. Oracle. Just got the okay to share, and yeah, he's only 20. His birthday is August 16th. Hold on. He saw the comment with his age. He's pissed, LMAO. Well, more embarrassed. Apparently the commenter is another friend of his I'm not super familiar with. He's calling him. Now. Sarah Sif Wolf. Wait. Isn't there a at artist KRGL in the server? Lee, aka Like It Lust It, aka The OG. Not anymore, LMAO. Boy got caught and dipped. Chapter 2. At Duke It Out, and at Damien A.G. Wayne. He really wasn't planning on saying anything. He really wasn't. It was not his intention. Really, it wasn't. But he was doing a training session with Jason, and, well, he just saw a video where Oracle was mentioned. He just had to know what the hell is going on, and how the heck did Babs get involved. So, I've got a question for you, Duke said as he punched the bag. Bend your knees more. Jason walked around him, correcting his form. What is it? Why is Barbara harassing your fan club? Jason froze, a flush instantly turning his whole face red. For a moment, Duke felt pity for the guy. But it didn't last long. Did you really think I wouldn't find it? Duke stared at him. Half of your videos are on things covered in my AP English class. I actually had my teacher recommend your channel if we were struggling. What? Jason stared at him, his eyes wide and his jaw clenched. Duke really got why the guy wore a helmet when out on patrol. No mask could hide how expressive Jason's face was. I'm pretty sure Damien knows too. Duke shook his head. It's the internet, Jay. Not really a secret place. Oh my god. Jason covered his face with his hands. Please tell me you haven't seen the edits. Edits? Duke blinked. Forget I mentioned that. Jason quickly snapped. And don't mention that to Babs. Or Damien. Jason then paused for a moment, and oh god. Duke was slowly regretting asking this, because that slow smile appeared on Jason's face when he was about to do something to annoy Dick and or Bruce, sometimes Tim. And that could either be amazing or horrific. Dick had once said that Jason was a pro at annoying little brother. Get Damien. You think he knows too, right? Yeah? How would you guys like to make a special episode? Gatsby Reviews Special, Study Session Edition. As the video starts, instead of just Jay, there now sit two other young men in frame. Jay is in between them, arms folded across his puffed-out chest. There is a sense of pride and some mischief around him. On his right is a young-looking boy with tan skin and slicked-back dark hair. He is also in a mask, and he shares the same bright green eyes as Jay. He looks mildly annoyed at the turn of events, yet is still sitting next to Jay. On Jay's left is another young man, a bit older, but still clearly of high school age. His skin is darker, and while he is too wearing a hood and mask like Jay, he seems more mildly nervous about this than the other two. And just as the video begins, he can barely be heard. He's going to be annoyed. Hey! Jay cut the young man off with a wave of his hand. So this is really a special episode because I'm not going to review anything this time. So I didn't really tell my family about this channel, mostly because, well, I never expected it to explode like it did. And, well, I recently learned that people have been recommending it for help with some of their schoolwork. So I figured, why not get my younger brother and we'll do a study session today and work on tips on engaging with reading while you read. But I guess I should introduce my siblings now. Jason motions to the older boy first. This is D. Hi. D gives a little wave before Jay motions at the younger boy. And this is Double D. The younger boy's eye twitches. Jay still looks proud of himself, while D looks like he's struggling to hold back his laughter. I will not be going by that to Gatsby. Jay tilts his head thoughtfully. What, do you like Little D better? The younger boy seems annoyed with both suggestions, but seems to take his losses and grunt out an agreement. Then D begins to speak. You did still agree to this. D points to Little D. You really have no one to blame but yourself, and you know how Jay is. Jay is an amazing older brother who is helping both of you study, so you don't have to slyly keep demanding my help. Definitely isn't using us for content. Amazing is certainly a word. Little D rolls his eyes. And if I were you, I'd be more worried about Mother finding out about this. Jay's expression flattens. I might be delusional, but I'm not that delusional. I assume T already knows what I'm doing at all times. One too many, "Are you sure about that?" texts, and no other context tends to make a guy paranoid. 3,769 comments. Nice. At Duke It Out. Thanks for having me, Jay. Oh, just letting everyone know, I got an A on my last paper. Little D did too. At Sif Wolf of Legend. Congrats! At Asynth. Okay, so Jay might be an older brother, but there's 100% got to be an older sibling. There's no way he's the oldest. I can feel it in my bones. This was made to spite a mysterious older sibling. At Duke It Out, XD. At Like It Lust It. Time to update my Reddit post. Family men are hot. At Vapor God. Okay, but Jay was so energetic in this one. Like, normally, he's got the pissed but steady drill sergeant tone. But this time, he was just a fully annoying older brother, and it was so cute. At Slayer K. Jay's dad, at some point. Whose goddamn white baby is this? At Jay Gatsby for real. I'm adopted. Lore of Jay discussion channel. Lee, the OG. Jay's adopted, apparently, and I have to say that the reveal was fucking funny. Rat Boy. Honestly, I don't know how that guy is gonna recover. I'm sure it was, like, meant as a joke, because it's kinda obvious that they're all ethnically different, but hitting them with the "I'm adopted" was foul. Sarah Sifwolf. I just think it's cute that he's such a good big brother. Neon Phonics. Yeah, it's kinda obvious they both do this with him pretty regularly. Or, well, it's not the first time he's tutored them. Wish my brother did that, lol. I got an Oracle question, though. Oracle. Lee, the OG. Wasn't even tagged. You're terrifying. Neon Phonics. Does Jay have an older sibling? Oracle. Yes, actually. I met him through his older brother, and that sibling study video was 100% a shot at him, lol. I don't know if he'll actually see it, but he's pretty serious about being the oldest and big brother of the family. Oracle. Jay really admires him, though. Never would say it. Has done pretty much everything in his power to annoy him. But it's really clear if you watch them interact. Lee, the OG. I'm on the floor sobbing. Jay, my beloved, you sweet baby boy. Bless you, Oracle, for that beautiful lore. Welcome, chat. Everyone welcome. Tag. Damien A.G. Wayne just landed. General chat. Rat boy. No way is that an actual Wayne, right? Lee the OG. Well, you were just vouching for the Waynes the other day. They can have good taste. Chapter 3. At Flying Grayson and at Cluemaster Suckballs. Dick is actually my name, at Flying Grayson. What the actual fuck? Steph, at Cluemaster Suckballs. No one prepares you for seeing thirst edits of your friend/pseudo-brother. Like, I've seen that man almost swallow and almost choke on a whole chili dog. Steph, at Cluemaster Suckballs. Also, shout out to Pokemon. I can't say pseudo without my brain thinking of Pseudo-Wudo. Steph, reposted. Jay Gatsby for real. I'm just here to talk about books, man, and this might be weird coming from me, but don't harass people. Anyway, here's some female and genderqueer people who talk about books that I like. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. If you're in Gotham, you really need to check out Anna's place. You can find pretty much anything here. Also, Lewis likes setting up, like, a block down, and he's got amazing elote. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. I highly recommend visiting Gotham City Public Library. I am definitely not being coerced by the librarians. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. I don't want to talk about my gains. I want to talk about the yellow wallpaper and how Charlotte Perkin Gilman talks about how harmful ignoring women's voices is. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. I think about a good man is hard to find. A lot. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. Stop telling me to read Twilight. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. Fine, I'll read Icebreaker. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. Please send help. The librarian has taken my family. Steph reposted. J. Gatsby for real. I'm taller than my brother, and that's all that matters. Steph, at Cluemaster Suckballs. Sometimes life kicks you while you're down. Sometimes it hands you comedy gold and gives you evidence of how you were right about the tough guy not being so tough. Steph, at Cluemaster Suckballs. Try that too tough and rough loner shit with me now. Welcome channel. Welcome, Steph. We hope you brought pizza. General chat. Steph. Hello, party people. Lee, the OG. Yo. Rat boy. Welcome. Yo, fellow Gothamite. Steph. Hell yeah, I am. LMAO. Why is there a Gothamite-only channel? Rat boy. LOL. Lee hates Gotham. Lee the OG. Look, I had a layover there, and it was honestly the worst 24 hours of my life. I will never return. Steph. It is not for everyone. Rat boy. And you can't hate it that much. A shared love of a Gothamite is why you got a girlfriend. Lee the OG. Okay, maybe. Steph. I'm wheezing. Are you telling me people have hooked up over Jay? Sarah Sifwolf. LOL. Yeah, we're gonna be a year soon. It's really embarrassing. But, you know, I love my girlfriend. Thank you, Jay, wherever you are. Steph. Are you aware that you're a matchmaker? Jason blinked. Well, hello to you too, Stephanie. Yeah, hi. Anyway, did you know you're a matchmaker? No, what are you talking about? Well, you are. Steph continued, clearly ignoring his questions. 2 people in your fan club are dating because they love your channel. Fan club? Stephanie, what are you talking about? Okay, I have to go now. Bye. Stephanie. Dick's gut reaction was to call Jason. Or maybe Barbara, because there was no way in hell that she hadn't seen this. The mountain of Jason Todd edits. Well, J. Gatsby. And really, Jay, could you drop the theater kid act for like 2 seconds? But what stopped him from calling either was when he actually visited Jay's YouTube channel and began watching. It was just all book reviews. Videos of Jason being happy, relaxed, and just talking about what he loved. A part of him suddenly felt guilty because, well, Jason really didn't have a part in any of the edits. He was just talking about books, going about his life, barely acknowledged his popularity, only to say thank you once in a while. And it stung a little, knowing Jason didn't really want to share this part of his life with Dick. But then Dick saw that video. That video with Duke and Damien. That special study session in which Dick could feel Jason lording his new famous internet Big Brother clout over him. But honestly, Dick could only laugh as he watched his younger brothers take jabs at each other, while Jason not only tutored them, but also helped tutor other people. Of course, pride overtook everything else. His siblings were good kids. Annoying little shits, but good. And Jason had definitely made it with the intention of annoying Dick. Which meant Jason knew Dick would see it, at one point or another. And yeah, there was Jason being the drama nerd he was. So being the great big brother he was, Dick could play along. Welcome channel. Dick, swear it's my name, joined the party. General chat. Steph. Oh, this keeps getting better, LMAO. At Dick, swear it's my name. Sup. Dick, swear it's my name. Don't mention this. I'm just here to lurk. Steph. Alright, it's not me I'd be worried about, though, lol. Lee, the OG. What the hell? Steph. Don't worry about it. Dick's a friend. Dick, swear it's my name. She dated my younger brother, they broke up, and then she just never stopped coming over to eat our food. Steph. Excuse me? Our food? You don't even live there anymore. Lee, the OG. I have no idea how to react to this. Dick, swear it's my name. Quick question. Who's the president? Like, this is a fan club, right? I don't see a president. Lee, the OG. At Oracle. Ratboy. At Oracle. Sarah Sifwolf. At Oracle. Cute Coward. At Oracle. Hedgehogger. At Oracle. Dick, swear it's my name. You're joking. Steph, this is the best gift Jay could have ever given me. Chapter 4. At ATC Pennyworth. And at Cassandra Wayne. Gatsby Review Special, Thespian Edition. Jay is sitting in front of the camera with an elderly man sitting next to him. He is not wearing a mask, but he is wearing sunglasses and a neat sweater vest. Both are holding what seems to be a play script. Hi everyone, so recently I've gotten questions about where my love of literature came from. And while I've always loved reading, this guy here has always been encouraging me in reading and my love of Shakespeare. Since we recently just passed another milestone, I thought it might be time for another special edition. My grandfather actually used to be an actor a long time ago, back in the Bronze Age. The man seems to shoot Jay a little look. Ha. So we're going to do a reading of Hamlet Act 1, Scene 5, then talk about Hamlet. 4,234 comments. At Cyberdreamer. I need to know something Jay cannot do. Right now. I need to know a man cannot be that perfect. And Virtual Flux. Okay, but the grandpa's reading was so good. I've been to actual shows of Hamlet that haven't been as good as that cold reading. At Jay Gatsby for real. In all fairness, this isn't much of a cold read, since Al and I pretty much both know this play by heart, and in my opinion, he's a great Claudius. But to all Gothamites, check out the at PR Arts Center. They have a Hamlet showing coming up soon, and they do great productions, most of which you can see on their YouTube. At PR Arts Center. Thanks for the shout out. We appreciate your support of the youths in Park Row. At Smash Play. I'm actually gonna need Jay to stop. Like, he reads, is a feminist, build like a god, loves his siblings and grandfather, and a shout out to an art center. At Red Soda. Bro, stop. How am I gonna be able to compete with this? At Click Vibe. We don't, man. We don't. r/book reviews. User Like It Lusted. Why Jay Gatsby for real? Gatsby reviews, is hot, and why you should watch him. Updated. Hello, Reddit. You might remember me as the person who showed you all the light that is J. Gatsby for real. And I am so happy that his cult fandom has grown in these short few months. But I feel that it was time to update people on why he's hot, because we've gotten a bit more about who he is as a person. Also, this is low-key an anniversary gift to my girlfriend, because we started dating shortly after my original post. But anyway, in the time between posts, Jay has only gotten hotter. Somehow? My first exhibit is an Insta he posted post-workout showing his gains. Like, look at that arm. When asked for advice on working out and dieting, in that post, he actually gave helpful health advice and didn't tell us just to eat bland chicken and rice. Like, I tried his fluffy yogurt shit, and it's not only delicious, but filling. Don't ask me about his workout routine, because I'm not trying that shit. This ties into my exhibit too. A person tried to call out Jay for being a man talking about feminism. Jay, very tactfully, responded, saying pretty much, yeah, he can't tell us what it's like being a woman, but he can and should interact with feminist media to be aware of the issues. He then proceeded to shout out female and female POC and genderqueer content creators, who pretty much do what he does. And gosh, my gay little heart can barely take the fact that he showed me more beautiful nerds. It's not only respectful behavior, but it shows this man cares about us. Exhibit 3. In the comments of that post, he said his favorite superhero is Wonder Woman. I don't need to explain this to you, do I? Exhibit 4. He had a special video where he taught us study techniques with his little brothers. In that video, he was genuinely so patient and kind while studying, but totally ribbing the shit out of them when they were just talking. I mean, it was so obvious he cared so much about his family, man. How is that not husband material? And I can't say my source, but insider knowledge says Jay also admires his big brother. Exhibit 5. Kind of building on Exhibit 4. He did another special with his grandfather, where they acted out a scene from Hamlet, and like, come on, Jay, is there nothing you can't do? You have to be that good at acting? But on that, he and his grandfather's interactions were so kind and gentle. You just really hyped that old man up. It was beautiful. So Jay had continued to not only look like he was handcrafted by God, but also continues to act like God's gift to humanity. He's smart, funny, caring, and so genuine, and I desperately need more people to appreciate this man. Anyway, there's a link to our fan club Discord. Don't mind the hacker, they're cool. /SifWolf of Legend. This is Jen a funny, but lovely anniversary present. /LikeItListIt, less than 3. /Greenlight Artist. Bro, this is so surreal. /Throwaway Redares. LOL, aren't you still hiding? /Greenlight Artist. Shut up. /LikeItLustIt. Wait, are you that dude who dipped out of the fan club server? /Lo-Fi Echo. OP, I remember your original post, crying. And bro, I've started watching Jay since then, and no joke, he's so fun to watch. /LikeItLustIt. It's the light. /Meme Mentor. If we see OP arrested in like a year for leading a cult, I just want people to know I called it. /WizKids. This is the TikTok boy all the book talk girls are talking about. /LoopDream. Why OP talking like he's the second fucking coming? /Chillwave. Of Christ. Might want to add the of Christ there, bud. /LikeItLustIt. If you watched him, you would understand. /Throwaway J Big Sister. Why you should watch J Gatsby for real. Sister POV. Hi, so a friend recently showed me that my little brother became TikTok famous. I don't really get it, personally. I only use messaging apps. But she also showed me this post, and I thought I'd give you some other reasons to watch my little brother's channel. 1. He's a good cook. He likes making food every time I visit his apartment. 2. He's very tidy. He's who I go to when I accidentally stain something. 3. He always comes to my recitals. Even though he's more distant than we all would like, he always comes when asked. Even when he isn't, he never fails to show up and be there. He's much like our father in that regard. He'd hate to admit it, though. I've been told I'm our father's daughter, but he's our father's son. 4. I don't agree with a lot of his philosophies on life, but I admire his passion and how dedicated he is. He always tries to do what he thinks is right. I don't always agree, but I can respect how hard he does try to be good. He struggles a lot, and I see people talking about him being perfect and great. He's not, and I don't believe he thinks he is either. He may not always be good, but I know he always tries. I think I love my brother more because he is that flawed person. 5. I struggle with reading. He reads to me. He gives every character a voice, and it's always soothing to listen to him. I find I remember more about the story when he reads to me. 6. He knows who the bigger and tougher sibling is. It's not him or our older brother. And last, he's doing his best, and I think that is why you should watch him. /LikeItLustIt. OP really threw out the lines like, I love my brother more because he is that flawed person. I cannot beat that. My #1 J fan crown, madam. /throwaway J big sister. Thank you, smile. /virtual groove. Okay, but how do we know OP is actually Jay's sister? /wavejammer. The fan club Discord has a friend of Jay's as a mod, and they confirmed it. /virtual groove. Are you fucking with me right now? /LikeItLustIt. God, sometimes I wish Oracle was a joke. Cassandra didn't really like to use the internet, like her siblings and friends did. She liked keeping in touch, liked exploring, and liked watching videos on different things, but never really got involved like Steph or Barbara did. So it wasn't until a girls' night where Steph and Barbara let it slip about Jason's accounts. Did you see Jay's new video? Steph said, from her beanbag chair, not far from Barbara's TV, where some old horror movie was playing. Cassandra blinked, pulling down the hood of her purple robe to listen. I did. Barbara smiled, sipping her hot chocolate. I really didn't think he'd actually get into sports romance. And it's funny how he's still annoyed by any erotic bits. I'll have to send him some more recommendations before he stops taking them from me. I also saw his Alfred video. Not surprised he told Alfred. I hear they meet up for tea and books. Me neither. The video is really cute. And, well, at least he'll take recommendations from you. I keep giving him stuff, and he doesn't listen at all. Maybe it's because he's all light romance and historical romance, and you keep sending him dark stuff. Barbara raises her eyebrows. Steph sunk deeper in her seat, waving dismissively. Well, anyway, did you see his "Why you should watch him" post got an update? I did see that. What are you talking about? Cassandra finally asked. Steph and Barbara look at Cass, and then look at each other. Crap, well, it's Cass. Jason won't care if it's Cass. Steph softly sighed, and Barbara nodded before the pair started to explain how Jason was internet famous. Cassandra worried for a second that Jason's account would keep promoting violence, but instead he talks about books, reading, and learning, and he looks happier in his videos, his posture calm, his shoulders relaxed the typical tension she usually sees him carrying. It made her think a little more about every interaction she'd had with Jason. It felt like she'd missed something so obvious. It made her realize other people should watch her brother to see this side of him. See the good that even she'd missed. Chapter 5. At Real Bruce Wayne and at Tim Don't Verify Me, Drake. Tim. At Tim Don't Verify Me, Drake. I am once again asking at Cluemaster Suckballs to stop sending me edits of my brother. Steffi. At Cluemaster Suckballs. You're only mad because I found it first. Tim. At Tim Don't Verify Me, Drake. I'm really not. Steffi. At Cluemaster Suckballs. This man is acting like he doesn't have a history of stalking his brothers. Tim. Today. 4:23 p.m. Okay, I have a favor to ask of you. Jason. Today. 4:23 p.m. Yeah? Tim. Today. 4:24 p.m. I need you to read this. Jason. Today. 4:27 p.m. What the fuck? Tim. Today. 4:28 p.m. Just do it, as a favor. Jason. Today. 4:30 p.m. Why am I getting the distinct feeling that I'm being used? Tim. Today. 4:32 p.m. Don't worry about it. I'll buy Batburger, milkshakes and everything. Gatsby reviews. After. Jay sits in his normal spot, but it's very clear he is agitated. He's holding his book in his hands, his knuckles white. He looks like he's about to speak, but all that comes out is a deep sigh. This happens again and again. The first near minute of the video is Jay trying to speak. My brother recommended this, and I think I need to talk about Pride and Prejudice more, because I don't think people get it. Probably Wuthering Heights too, but that's a tough book. That one can take a few reads just to get what's going on, but if you are comparing you and your partner to Catherine and Heathcliff, you need to break up. Go nowhere near each other, or in front of other people. 3,423 comments. At Too Cute Coward. Bro, who told him to read this? He looks so offended and hurt. At Cluemaster Suckballs. I am so sorry, Jay. At Definitely Not Tim. You should be. This is on you. At Sif Wolf of Legend. You know, when I read that book, I really thought that the author had only seen the movies or TV show and not read the actual book. At Sunset Signal. This is kind of painful. Not because Jay was bad or anything, but man, it looked like that book really hurt him. At Cybersway. Someone get this man a good quality AO3. Probably a modern coffee shop Darcy/Elizabeth Fick would help him. At Nostalgia 808. Here is Rec. At Omega Orbit. This is one I like. At Ratboy420 Funny. Okay, let's put the book down, Jay. It'll be okay. At Smooth Scroll. Lord help this man. Why do all his friends and family recommend him shit? At _Mellow. Pretty sure this is like the 50th time he said he's never gonna take Rex again. Tim. Today. 12:15. Thanks. Jason. Today. 12:17. I'm not totally sure what's going on, man. Tim. Today. 12:18. Doesn't matter. You might have won me a bet with Steph. Kinda. Anyway, thanks again. But I'll get you another milkshake for your trouble. and because I'm pretty sure people online want my head. Jason, today, 12:18. Huh? Tim, today, 12:18. Don't worry about it. Bruce did try to be more active in his children's lives. He'd learned his lesson about detaching himself so much. There was a balance between the facets of their lives that was important to them, that they needed to keep up themselves. And Bruce needed to balance himself between protecting them and letting them explore and be themselves. The hardest one to manage was Jason. Nothing seemed to work with him, and Bruce could understand his son's deep resentment. He really could. But it was hard, and Bruce couldn't think of how many things used to be so easy with Jason. Bruce had been trying to shake away those thoughts, because they helped nothing, and Bruce couldn't let himself give up. Things had seemed better recently. Jason had been visiting the manor more, talking with his siblings. Bruce had even overheard him tutoring Duke and Damien. None of that involved Bruce, though. It was hard, but again, Bruce could understand. He continuously failed and hurt Jason. Bruce didn't really have the right to ask for forgiveness. Not if Jason wasn't ready. That was fine. It was okay. It really was. Even if Bruce didn't know what Jason did when he was off doing God knows what, it definitely didn't remind him of the last time his son went off. He definitely didn't try to poke his other children into helping him if Jason had talked to them recently. He definitely wasn't relieved when they confirmed they had, and he didn't feel his lips tug upward only for a second when they began to complain about something Jason did to annoy them. Recently, he asked Steph, "Have you heard from Jason?" "Have I heard?" The young woman started before groaning. "I owe him so much ice cream right now." "What?" "Well, Tim and I had this bet that Jason wouldn't take book recommendations from Tim." Steph started to explain. "Because, you know, Tim's taste is kind of trash and he doesn't read. Not like how Jason does. And Tim, being a little shit, he goes and recommends him this kind of trashy romance series. And Jason not only goes and reads it, but then She cuts herself off. "Well, anyway, I feel bad for putting Jason through that. The only good thing is more people are angry at Tim than me, and Jason respects Tim a lot more than I thought he did." Bruce blinks a couple of times. She clearly was hiding something about Jason. It didn't seem awful, just personal. "He did a what?" "Okay, look." Steph put her hands up. "It's a thing we don't really talk about. You know Jason. He hates being perceived as anything but the big bad red hood." Stephanie rolls her eyes. "Especially by us, the drama queen. So we don't talk about it. I'm not telling you the rule, because that's the second rule. The first is, you have to find it yourself, naturally." Bruce blinks again, which Stephanie took as her moment to walk away. Okay, so it seemed they were playing some kind of game. That was fine. Bruce could play along. The first thing was to use the clues Steph had given him. There were rules. The first rule is that you have to find the secret. That's a secret about Jason, and it had something to do with reading. The second rule, you don't talk about it directly. Then it was like, they talk about it in subtle ways, probably in an effort to support Jason without letting him fully know that they know. That meant it was likely something Jason was embarrassed about. What could be that embarrassing for Jason? Bruce started towards his study. Jason was a proud, confident, and brash person. He would openly and loudly declare when he thought things were wrong. He'd brag about any misdeed or havoc he'd caused. Bruce couldn't think of a single thing Jason might find embarrassing. Still, he decided to try and look. This was a personal matter. so anything related to the cave seemed unlikely. Well, Bruce's gut reaction was to head out and stalk his way into Jason's apartment. But the last time he did that, Jason had moved as soon as he found out. Bruce didn't want to disrupt his life like that again. Life. Bruce closed his eyes as he closed his study door behind him. Jason was alive, living, and for so long after his return, Bruce had just seen the Red Hood. Part of that was his fault. Compartmentalizing his grief, pushing it away, and never addressing it. He couldn't see that his child had somehow, some way, made his way back to him, and he still looked to Bruce for protection and comfort. And yet, Bruce made sure none of them won. He took a deep breath. Jason was alive. He was okay. This game was proof of that. That he was living outside of the Red Hood. Bruce paused a moment. He'd set down his keys on his computer and ready to search. His index over the R. That's right, this was about Jason. Jason, books, reading. Well, a few edits to his search later, Bruce found what he was looking for. But this couldn't really be it, could it? He stared at the screen as he watched Jason talk about some romance novel he had already forgotten the title of. His face was covered, but Bruce would know him anywhere. He recognized how Jason's eyes would pitch to the side when he tried to talk, while grinning brightly. He moved his arms in the same way, as if trying to emphasize his words. This was Jason. Bruce had no idea why this would be embarrassing for him. Jason used to want to be in drama. Yeah, he wasn't much of an attention seeker. But why would this be something he didn't talk to him about? Had there been something more? So Bruce kept digging. Jay's username was in a very Jason fashion, at @JGatsby for real. And Bruce was able to find an Instagram and TikTok. And, well, the TikTok is where he thinks he figured it out. While searching, Jay Gatsby's account did appear. With it came hundreds of edits of his content. Bruce had seen people make sexy edits of himself. He'd never seen them of his children before, and not so many. And, well, it wasn't just edits. The more Bruce dug, the more he found people calling his son hot, and other rather crass things. It got under Bruce's collar because that was his child they were talking about. He was only 20, but Bruce could definitely see how Jason might not want his family to see this. Well, that was fine. He could play along. Bruce W. at Real Bruce Wayne. I've recently found a young person who talks about books on YouTube. I really think people should check him out. Very insightful. Dick, it's actually my name, at Flying Grayson. Bruce! Steph, at Cluemaster Suck Balls. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. Tim, at Tim Don't Verify Me Drake. Do I need to call PR to lock you out of your account again? Cass, at Cassandra Kane. XD. Damien, at Damien A.G. Wayne. Father, if my grade drops because of this. Duke, at Duke It Out. LOL. At Oracle, is it too late to delete this? Lure of J discussion. Rat Boy. Not to sound like down, but I'm starting to think that Jay Gatsby might be Jason Wayne. Lee the OG. Is it because of the Wayne tweet? Rat Boy. That and all the other Waynes have slowly been circling around him. I mean, we got Damian Wayne in here. I'm pretty sure Dick is Dick Grayson, the eldest Wayne. It's getting a little sus. Sarah Sifwolf. I don't know, Rat. From what I've read, isn't Jason Wayne a massive asshole and hates public attention? Rat Boy. He's a crime alley kid, and he's been in the hospital for, like, years, so he's allowed to be a little rough around the edges. Plus, it was Lee that said green eyes were super rare. You didn't have to actually show us the math for that, by the way. And Jay has green eyes, and so does Damian Wayne. So he could totally be Little D, because again, Lee did the math. Hedgehogger. Nah, rat. Jason Todd's eyes are blue. Also, Jason's biomom had blue eyes, which don't work for Lee's J and Little D share biomom theory. I'm pretty sure Jason is too busy funding the Red Hood to run a YouTube. Lee the OG. The crime lord. Do not use my words against me. Also, if I can't use my biochemistry major for my hobbies, then what good is it? Rat Boy. Okay, just because we know Bruce Wayne fucks Batman doesn't mean his kids are the same. Lee the OG. I'm gonna get you to get the fuck out. I'd ask Oracle to IP ban you all, but I'm afraid I'd get my ass kicked for talking shit about Gotham. Also, for all the shit you talk about that one guy in your study group, you also have some insane theories. Specifically, since I recall you having some sort of demon theory? Do you really think Bruce Wayne is screwing a demon? Rat Boy. Yes. Oracle. Wow.